This is today's homework. I'm only assigning this for right now. So I'll start with the bottom one here. Okay, it's important to find C. So here is letter C here. C is this 90-degree angle is always pointing to C, so 11 is C. Now the other two is A and B. Okay, it doesn't matter which one is A and which one is B. So we can use 5 as A and N as B. So the formula we use here is A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. Well, A is 5, so you put 5 squared plus B is N squared equals to C squared, which is 11. So it's 11 squared. This is the Pythagorean theorem formula, and it only works for the 90-degree angle, okay? So you got 25 plus n squared equals to 121. Subtract 25 to both sides, subtract 25. You get n squared equals to 121, subtract 25. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, subtract 25. 81, 96. 96. 96. After you do that, you find the square root. Square root. The last step is finding the square root. Square root. Now use your calculator. I better use the internet calculator because this little calculator doesn't have a square root symbol, does it? No. Okay, so I have to go to Google and get Google Calculator. Okay, and then you go 90, the square root of 96 equals 9.8. Round it to the nearest tenth. 9.8 right here, see? 9.8 is n. So n here, this length, let me minimize this. This n here, and get rid of this, is 9.8. N is equals to 9.8. So this length right here is 9.8. N is 9.8. So this length is 5, this length is 11, this length is 9.8. C is the longest length, as you can see. Okay, so let's do I here. Let's see if let's do I. So this is letter N. Sorry, this is letter N. Let's do letter I. Remember the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. That formula is used to find any missing length that has a 90-degree angle. That 90-degree angle, this case, C here. That is C. I is C in this case. So always find C. A and B doesn't matter. Let me show you why. In this case, A is 5, B is 14. 5, so you substitute 5 squared plus 14 squared, so that's 25 equals to c squared, which is I squared, plus, I believe 14 times 14 is 156. I don't remember. 14 times 14 equals to 196. 196. Now the reason why it doesn't matter is this: which one is A or B? If you had A squared plus B squared, if you had it vice versa. If this was 14 was A and 5 was B, you would say A would be 14 squared plus 5 squared. That's still 20. It's 196 plus 25. It's the same thing. You add these in your calculator, you add this in your calculator, you get the same answer. So therefore A and B doesn't matter. So that's why we always find C first. C is the only thing that matter. Because A and B, you're going to add them to each other and you're going to get the same answer no matter what. Okay. Yeah, 25 plus 196 or 196 plus 25, it is one, you get the same answer. And that answer is, let's use a calculator for that. So let me show you. 25 plus 196 is equal to 221. Well, 196 plus 25, still 221 no matter what, right? So 221. So 5 squared, 14 squared, doesn't matter because you're adding them. Okay, equals to I squared. Now, to find what I is, the length of I, you take the square root, there's the squared there, the square root of 121. Okay, clear it out. The square root of 221 is equal to 14.7. This is a 6 right here. So the 8 becomes, no, 14.9. Okay, so your answer is 14.9. It's a 6, so 14.8 becomes 14.9. I is 14.9. So this length I is 14.9 inches. So this side here is 5 inches, this side is 14, this side is 14.9 inches. Okay? Now let's look at this one here. I'll do 2 more, or 3 more maybe. We'll see. This you do A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. Okay, so remember this is C. The 90 degree, that's what you need to find first. C, in this case, is 12, and this is A or B, it doesn't matter. I like to use A and find B. So you do A squared, which is 5 squared, plus B, we don't know, B is S. It's S squared equals to 12 squared. Okay? So you got 25 plus S squared equals to 144. Subtract 25, subtract 25. You get S squared equals to 119. Right? Find the square root. The square root of 119. So clear square root of 119 is 10.9, and the 9 stays a 9 because that's a 0. So 10.9. So S is 10.9. So S here, the letter S, is 10.9. So this length is 12, the longest length is 12, 5, and 10.9. So S is 10.9. So you find S and put 10.9 and put the letter S. That's what you do. Okay? So let's look at this one here, one next to it. Well, here is C, and this one is A or B. Always find C first, the most important side, C. Then you do Pythagorean theorem to find the missing length. A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. A is 3 squared plus 2 squared equals to C squared. No, in this case it's O. Let's leave it as O looks like a 0 too much, so I'm going to just leave it as c squared. Know that it's O. 6 plus 4 equals to c squared. 10 equals to c squared, the square root. Square root. Now we need a calculator to do. Or you can do this by hand and figure it out. 3 point, probably 1. You know how we do the, no, how we find it to the nearest tenth? You can do this by hand. On your test, I'm going to ask you to do it by hand. For now, for the sake of learning the formula and stuff, we are not going to do this by hand. But on the test, we will. Equal, 3.2, because this is a 6, the 1 will turn into 2. And that's a 6. The 10th place will turn into 2. So this is 3.2 equals C, or C, which is O. O is 3.2. Makes sense? It's 3, 2, and then 3.2 for this one. So O is 3.2. Find 3.2. I hope I did it right. I don't see it. Oh my God. You guys should yell at Miss Wilcox, huh? This is 9. 13. This is 13. The square root of 13. C equals the square root of 13. Square root of 13 is, do it again. Okay, you guys know how to use the calculator. Okay, that's how you do these. You can play back if you don't understand, but pretty much either you add them when you have both A and B and missing C, or you minus them to get rid of it to find the S here, find your answer. Okay,